from working alongside Meghan Markle on Deal or No Deal to an epic fight on the Real Housewives of Atlanta to her podcast with Queens. Please welcome Claudia Jordan to the show. To have you here. Now, you mentioned that you took Ozempic.
I did.
So tell us why you took it and what are your thoughts on the whole Ozempic craze?
So I moved from LA to Dallas, and I did morning radio. So every day someone's bringing some barbecue, some shrimp and grits, some peach cobbler. So I gained 30 pounds within a year. And plus, I just turned 50, so my metabolism really showed.
I know, unbelievable.
So I double chin. I just had a body I didn't recognize anymore. And I know people could be critical, like, what do you need it for? It's all relative. If my jeans are splitting down the middle when I'm getting ready for work, I'm bursting out in tears and nothing would work. All through the pandemic, I ran 7 miles, 4 miles of walking, 3 miles of running, or vice versa. Not 1 pound. I could not lose the weight. My body was just rebelling. So it was like a last kind of, just a last Hail Mary thing for me. So I took it, I did it for 6 weeks, 5 weeks, 4 weeks, nothing really happens, your appetite goes away. But then the weight just dropped off, and I was like, I need more. But you know, I was very open, I'm transparent. And then I got shamed for it, like, how dare you take Ozempic and take away from the people who really need it? Well, I'm pre-diabetic, and I need to get my numbers down as well, and that's what people, you could be a skinny fat girl. And that's what I was. People think I was thin, but I really wasn't. Like, I had.
You were unhealthy.
I was having a double chin. It was coming in places that never was before.
And you didn't feel good.
I didn't feel good about myself. I was depressed. Imagine doing 7 miles every day to the point where your Achilles tendons are inflamed and no weight comes off, depriving myself of things I wanted. So I would eat pasta, okay? No bloat. Before I ate pasta, I looked pregnant for 2 weeks. It really manifested. Like, your body just starts doing weird things when you get older, and it was a miracle drug for me.
Good for you.
Good to hear that perspective.
Yeah.
Okay, I read that you wanted to be a bio major.
I was.
Which is amazing. So how did you end up becoming this model on The Price is Right and Deal or No Deal? Tell me that.
Let's see. I used to catch snapping turtles and get water samples of lakes.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like, that was my thing. I was gonna be working in the lab one day, and I was gonna cure cancer.
Oh, I'm proud.
I go to college. I go to the newspaper at school, and I don't know why I wanted to, like, write an article. It was sarcastic and funny. They said, you're a really good writer. One teacher can make such a difference in your life.
Yeah, right.
They said, you are good at this. I go, I am. So then I just switched majors and then got on the radio, had the first hip-hop show at my college, Baldwin Wallace College in Ohio.
Ow.
And then I just got into pageants, and my mother actually made me run for Miss Teen Rhode Island and then Miss Rhode Island, and I won.
And
then the rest is history.
That's unbelievable. That's unbelievable.
So here we are.
Good writing in that article. In that
You've had so many iterations, like, watching your career. It's truly amazing. Well, that's why you're here. But a lot of people know you from Bravo, Real Housewives of Atlanta, where you started off as a friend, but you went viral after getting into it with NeNe. So how did that change your life?
One thing I want to say about that incident, I didn't go on the show gunning for her at all. Actually, Kenya Moore and Carlos King both said, do not come on the show going for the queen, because that's what the mistake that everybody makes. I had always been cordial and cool with NeNe. We've hung out before. I took her place on an event she couldn't make. We were cool. So it was to my surprise when we had that event, the drinks in Puerto Rico, the dinner. So, I mean, I think people weren't used to people being so calm and cool and standing up to someone in a way like that, where I kept it comical.
Especially NeNe.
Right, so it went from, and people don't know that I was just a friend of the show at the time. So that was towards the end of filming. So they made me into a housewife.
Yes.
There wasn't enough time for me to get my storyline out. So Andy Cohen often says, you didn't really get a fair shot because we didn't get to really show your real life. So it looked like I was only there for that, when in fact we ran out of runway. Production wrapped up, and like a month after that, there was only so much we could do. So they're like, okay, let's talk about your mom being Italian, or, you know, you're single. I'm like, oh, like, that's exciting. So I needed another season to really go back, but they asked me to come back as a friend. And after all of that, building from friend to housewife, I didn't want to go back to friend again. Because friend doesn't have the same check. And I'm about
yes, honey. Yes.
Secure the bag.
Secure the bag.
Secure the bag.
Tori just wants to say that.
She loves it.
She's waiting to say that.
Well, the resume goes on. Let's quickly get in Cocktails with Queens. You work with Vivica Fox. What was it like working with her?
You know, it's amazing when you can work amongst people that you looked up to growing up. and seeing her in huge films, you know, Independence Day, Batman.
Curb Your Enthusiasm.
I love that show. Oh my God, I love that show. And she's just really down to earth. And I love, there hasn't been a panel show where celebrities of that caliber are very honest about other celebrities. Usually it's a perfectly curated answer. Well, you know, I really like them, and they don't really say how they feel. On that show, we go in. And that's why it became the viral sensation that it did. We went viral from the very first day.
Yeah. That's a good way to go, isn't it?
Yeah, I love it.
Right away.
Being authentic,
transparency.
though.
It comes with a lot of criticism, though. You really have to have thick skin, which I haven't really mastered that. You think I have, but I haven't. It still affects me when.
That's honest.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That's good to know.
The vulnerability is what I think is what's missing today. So thank you for that.
And good to see you again.
I know. We did a play together years ago.
Can you
What
say
was
the
it
name?
called?
What's the name of the
Pieces of sass.
Rhymes with sass and glass.
Yes, exactly.
But it had a deeper meaning to it.
What?
Oh, deeper meaning.
Much deeper meaning. To it.
Feminist
It's a double
take on it,
entendre.
no?
Yeah, it's really talking about how you're labeled that.
Oh,
and
interesting.
how to get away from that and your experiences being in that box.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
It was
fascinating.
Your
good
piece
play.
was so good.
Oh, I talked
Whoa.
about fan mail and what they thought I was and what I really was.
Yeah.
I wish I got fan.
Oh, okay. DBL Nation, follow Claudia on Facebook and Instagram. Also check out her show, TGIF on Fox Soul. Claudia, could you stick around for the next segment? We want to hear more from you. Is that okay?
You're gonna have trouble kicking me out of here. This
Okay, good. She's sticking around, so stay tuned. Welcome back to DBL. We've got former reality star and podcast queen, Claudia Jordan. Okay, so Claudia, we want to get your opinion on a shocking new study involving women. This is according to the UN. Biases against women have shown no progress over the past decade, despite rights campaigns like the Me Too movement. So get this, 69% of the world's population still believe that men make better politicians. 46% believe that men have more right to a job. 43% say that men make better business leaders. And 28% believe that college is more important for men. So Claudia, how do these stats make you feel?
I hate to quote this man, but it's fake news. It's fake news. It's a lie. Like, what world war has a woman got us into? Please name one. Can we name one?
You can't.
You cannot. What disasters have women gotten us into? If anything, we're the ones that are the cleanup crew.
Yes, we are.
And I just feel like, why are we going backwards with women's rights? How we view women in this country. You know, we're becoming the thing that we criticize other countries about, and we have the audacity. I know this is a worldwide thing, but America especially, America has its nerve. America is like very hypocritical right now. And the way we're rolling back rights, it's a really scary time to me. You know, we have to work twice as hard to get 75% of the money. I mean, I've sat on panels where I've known I made $30,000 less than the man that does none of the work, and I'm doing all the show prep. That's irritating to me. Then if you speak up, you have an attitude.
Right, you're difficult.
Yep.
Yeah, I am difficult. I'm $30,000 more difficult than you.
I want to get this in, though. This is important, because speaking of powerful women, Claudia, we got to talk about why you're in Denver.
Well, I'm here with the beautiful Erica Cobb.
Also a powerful woman.
She really is, and so supportive and kind. You really are. I see how you move on social media, and I just want to give you your flowers. And I love women like that because they try to pit us against each other. And it's not working, y'all.
Yeah. It's not.
No,
it's not. And I appreciate you. I was telling Claudia, well, she knew, but a year ago in June, I reached out to Claudia because I heard her on a podcast, and her story, I was in tears.
Wow.
And I just sent her a message just showing her support because
Just randomly
I know,
reached out like that?
Yeah, just to say like, hey, I see you, like I see myself, a part of myself in you. And I didn't even remember that when I asked her to be on my podcast tonight in Denver. That I had reached out, and it's going down tonight. I have so many questions for you. You are a true comeback queen. You are the example of if you can see it, we can be it. And tonight is going to be such an amazing night. It'll be networking. Y'all will be there. There will be food. There will be shopping. There's going to be a lot of fun, and I'm really excited to delve more into your comeback story because on my podcast, Comeback with Erica Cobb, it's all about testimony teachers and for people to understand that there's a comeback in us all. And I think you exemplify all of that.
I appreciate that, and I really want people. I lost a friend of mine that was really depressed, suicide a long time ago, and I just feel like a lot of us, you know, it's now okay to speak about the things that we come back from. And I want women out there and men, because they suffer from depression just as much, if not more, and they're not allowed to speak. There's no safe places for them. And, you know, there's a lot of things that we probably all have in common if we just put it out there.
For sure.
And you can get over anything.
And then you're not alone.
You're not alone.
Also, DBL Nation, first of all, I hope we can put up that QR code again. But Claudia, make sure you follow Claudia on Facebook and Instagram. Also, check out her show, TGIF, on Fox Soul. Thank you so much for joining us today. It's still not too late to get tickets for tonight.
Yes,
so Denver people, please join us tonight. We'll be right back.
And congrats, Denver, for the championships.
Yes!
Your arm was off.
Getting a workout.
I'm shimmying.
You look like the balloon guy.